I suffer from endometriosis, which is where the lining of the womb grows in other parts of the body. So it builds up and breaks down and bleeds just like the womb does, which causes inflammation and scarring and an awful lot of pain. Now, my symptoms, because my endometriosis is it's around my bowel and around my bladder, so I get really bad digestive problems with mine, and to the point where at one point I was having to not eat or drink for at least one day during my cycle just to make it bearable, so that I wasn't having problem with diarrhea and sick and throwing up, and just double over in pain to the point where I couldn't get up. So I actually had to starve myself and not even, at least for a day, and not even drink, because as soon as I ate or drank, I was just in incredible pain. I think I was around 20 when I started to really suffer with this badly, and I probably went to the doctors when I was about 21 or 22, and just got sent home and told to take painkillers. And then it took another 10 years before I went to the doctor again, when I was at the point where I just couldn't cope any longer, and straight away I was sent to see a gynecologist who did a scan and confirmed I actually had an ovarian cyst, which is something that can happen with endometriosis. And they could see some of the scar tissue as well inside me in various places. So I had an operation to remove the cyst and to remove the cells that were endometriosis, which improved my symptoms a lot, so I'm not suffering as much now. I haven't really felt comfortable telling people about my illness. I think as soon as you mention periods to anyone, especially men, then they get very embarrassed. And so the reactions that I have had from the people that I'm close to that I've told haven't been amazingly good. If I told them I broke my leg, then everybody would be really sympathetic and do everything they could to help. But something like this, people just get a bit embarrassed and don't really know what to say. And I've even had somebody say, that's disgusting, to me, when I said how poorly I'd been because of my period. Unfortunately, you can't plan when your period's going to be, so it can crop up at the worst moments. I remember Christmas Day being ruined one year because I decided that I wanted to have a little bit of Christmas dinner and severely regretted it. I had to go to bed afterwards. I was in so much pain, I was throwing up, and it just completely ruined my Christmas and my family's Christmas. So it can happen at any time, and it can make it really difficult to carry on with life. And unfortunately, people don't want to hear about your period. They don't really accept you ringing in sick every single month because you're on your period. So you just have to carry on, put on a brave face, pretend that nothing's the matter. And it's really hard. It's really hard to get through. And it's just a constant stress knowing that every single month that's coming, and trying to plan your life around when you're going to have your period, because you're not going to be able to do anything during that time. I think the problem is that people don't talk about periods, and it's something that women are almost made to feel ashamed of. And so people don't even know endometriosis exists. So I think the thing that I'd like people to know about it is that it exists, and that for a lot of people it's treatable. It's definitely something that you need to go to your doctor about and not just suffer in silence. Women are made to feel that they should just suffer in silence with a lot of things, and that's not the case. This is something that can be treated. Having an operation isn't necessarily going to work for everyone, but it worked for me, and I'm a lot better. I've gone from having such incredible pain that I can't cope to actually being able to function pretty normally during my period. So it was definitely worth me having the operation.